experts, the educators, the innovators, and the everyday clinicians who are out there doing the work. There's no fluff. There is no filter, and there is definitely no sales pitch disguised as education. If it's happening in dentistry, from clinical insights to regulatory curveballs, or maybe it's the latest scandal at the ADA, we're probably already talking about it. And yes, we are bringing the goods. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned doc, anyone in the dental industry, or perhaps you're a curious consumer. Maybe you're just here for the banter. We welcome you all to the show, because around here, we're not just in the loop. We are in the know. Hey there, everyone. I'm Dr. Jeff Horowitz, and I'm accompanied by two of my best friends in the world who also happen to be dentists, educators, influencers, and just darn good people. We created this humble platform together, Dr. Chad Duplantis, Dr. Jennifer Bell, and myself. And we did this just to make the dental world a little bit smaller, but a whole lot more fun. So, guys, I am so excited for our show tonight. We have Dr. Tara Peterson, who is better known as Tara Peterson without the DR, because she's an Olympic star. Chad thought that she was an ice skating champion. But we'll get him straight on all this. But no, she was actually a curler for Team USA in the Olympics in Italy this year. So we are so excited to hear from her. And I don't know, I'm just pretty lit about the whole thing tonight, guys.
Guys, we've had some big names on this show. I mean, Coyce. In the dental world.
We've had a few congressmen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of geeking out about tonight.
Yeah. I'm geeking out a little bit too. And she's pretty cool. She's one of us. The first thing she did pre-show was want to make fun of Chad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sometimes it just happens naturally for folks.
Yeah. So I'm going to start the banner off, guys. Okay. I know you both have something to say, but so I'm coming through the house, and Inside Edition is on the kitchen TV, and the first thing I hear is about how young men are trying to get a more chiseled look by breaking their own jaws with a hammer. That's what was being broadcast on Inside Edition. Is that there is a trend of young men breaking their own jaws with a hammer. And I don't know what they're doing, if they're molding it or what they're trying to do, get it to heal a certain way. But their goal is to find a more chiseled look.
What does the hammer do?
It breaks your jaw.
I get that.
Yeah, you got that part.
But how does that make it square?
Maybe the swelling.
Okay, it could be the swelling.
And then the next story. So, what is happening to America? The next story is the story of a physician who was supposed to be doing a splenectomy and took out the guy's liver. Yes, by mistake. Took out the organ that's twice the size and on the opposite side of the body.
And frankly, looks nothing like the same. I could almost give a free pass to a dentist who treats number 12 and they were supposed to do number 5. I get it. They look identical. You just got distracted. But a spleen and a liver, or even an orthopedic surgeon. They treat one knee and it was the other knee. Both knees kind of look similar.
Yeah. What's happening to my America?
I don't know.
I don't know either. This is why I needed tonight's uplifting show, right? I needed something to be excited about America again.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. It's been a weird week at work. I don't know.
It's been a really weird week, full moonish all week.
Is it?
I don't know, but Chad, you said you had a little bit of a full moon kind of day.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at today was a day. And that's, that's probably just the best way to put it. It was a rat race.
What Chad is probably referencing, and I think most dentists can understand this, it seems like on certain days, all of the same types of things show up. Like 3 wisdom tooth pain patients will roll in. 3 kind of crazy people will roll in. 3 amazing people will roll in. Like, it seems like it comes in like they all get together on maybe Facebook Marketplace and they're like, hey, everybody want to go to the dentist, and they have similar situations going on. They all show up together. So it means that you can have the highest of high days and the lowest of low days, because they just start building on each other one way or the other. So it's a weird phenomenon, really.
Yeah.
Can I talk about something real quick though?
Yeah, sure.
Because I really haven't been able to tell you all. So this past weekend, I went to Bisco's headquarters in Chicago, which was, even though today was a low, that was a real high. And I will tell you that a lot of things came out of Bisco. First of all, I don't think I realized how thought out and researched that company is. If you haven't looked into Bisco, look into Bisco. Great products, great research. We got to do some bond strength testing, which was really cool. So of course I was nerding out because next week I'm speaking on bond strengths.
AKA plug for our webinar.
Yeah. And so you want to know how it's all done. So we got to use this like hundreds of thousands of dollars machine. We did the bonding the day before. We soaked it in water. We simulated the oral environment. And the next day we busted it off, And so, people talk about a good bond strength. What's a good bond strength? I'm just going to ask. JB, good bond strength.
This is not my area
of a composite to a tooth by a bonding agent.
But I mean,
like an actual number?
Yeah, like if somebody says, what's a good shear bond strength?
700.
30 megapascals.
30 megapascals. Okay, that's let's just say that's kind of industry standard, right? So we're going to talk a lot about this on Tuesday.
How about the old man still retaining
coming in with the scientific knowledge?
Yeah. Well, no, let's just throw it out there. So 30 megapascals, and everybody, how strong is strong enough? Nobody knows. I mean, we're going to talk about stuff that's less than that, stuff that's more than that. So anyways, we did this bond strength, and they basically said, hey, everything that you do in here is going to go into our books, and it's going to be, averaged and whatever. And so, you should get somewhere between 20 and 40. You guys have never done this before. This wasn't a controlled environment. Boom. First one out of the chute, 38. Second one, 31. Of course, here comes Chad. I'm like stoked. I'm like, I'm going to win this. I got this. 29. Still good. But it was so much fun to see how we're finding these numbers in research and how it's actually done. And Dr. Nunez runs Bisco's kind of teaching and stuff. We are getting him on the show. This guy is a brilliant mind. But on a sadder note, the founder of Bisco, Dr. Suh, came over to the United States many, many years ago with $50 in his pocket. He was 90 years old. His picture's all over the place. They gave us a book on principles of adhesion, and I just have to pass along. They just announced that he passed on Tuesday. We knew that he was ill in the hospital. So,
I'm sorry
Monday,
to hear that.
the 13th.
He's done a lot for the world.
He's a legend in dentistry. Yeah. So but really, it was a fascinating, nerdy experience. We sat through 2 days of lectures with a little bit of hands-on, and nobody got bored once. It was really just a fantastic experience.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Favorite Bisco product you saw that you didn't know you loved? Go.
This is going to sound really, really weird, but I learned a lot about porcelain primer. I mean, zirconia primer. I'm sorry.
Interesting.
And so I really like I've got a kind of a box of Bisco products, and when I get a box of products, I go one by one. I want to introduce things gradually. The first thing I opened up when I got back was the Z Prime, because I learned about that. And I mean, I've always used a primer, but I learned about its difference versus other primers. I thought that was pretty cool. But also TheraSim, self-adhesive cement. Very impressed by it. There were so many. They have an awesome new composite. I could just go on, but I was blown away. Blown away.
Very cool.
Should we do some news?
I think it's time for some news.
Sorry, I hijacked that section.
No,
we love it.
That's great stuff. And
it's the smartest thing you've said on this show.
Oh, God. Dang it. Why do y'all do that to me? I do have a brain.
To make a reel at the end of the year, and I need data. Basically.
I'm not the scarecrow. Come on.
All right, let's do some news because
I wish I could hide
I'm tired of looking to you. I'm ready to get Tara on.
Hey, by the way, do you guys notice we're red, blue, and white?
That is really cool.
No, the way I see it, red, white, and blue.
See? We are so on point.
We are on point. Why didn't you just let people think that we choreographed this?
We did.
Yeah. Okay. Minimize us, Austin. Take us away.
Yeah.
For the love. Okay, guys. Only 2 big stories tonight, but we'll dig right in. The first is I like to talk codes, and we have had our annual code maintenance committee that was conducted in the ADA in March, and they've released all the updates for 2027, which means they will be updated in the CDT code book coming up late Q4, and you can get those changes. They go into effect in 2027. The biggest one that kind of jumped out at me as a restorative dentist was now there's a code for removal of a screw retained indirect restoration on an implant, placement of a healing cap, and then repairing or removing fixed splint. So I thought that was kind of great. I love that we now have a code to go after old implants that have been sitting on implant heads for a while, especially ones that we didn't put together, so that we can service it or do whatever we need to do. That was sort of a gap in the coding market for a while. So I'm glad that there is a code for that. And also placing healing caps, as there are occasions in which a patient will walk in need of that service, or we need to take something off, service it, and we need to put caps on top so that we can hold that tissue back. Again, kind of a gap in the coding space. A lot of additional codes that are certainly kind of like when sleep came online. We're looking at administration of neuromodulators, injection blocks for pain, and trigger point muscle injections. Those also now have CDT codes. So that's kind of an interesting addition to the playbook, if you will. But lots of activity. Actually, it was a very active revision session. We'll get a full list of those out to you. Some are revisions, some are new codes altogether. But of course, all of those changes won't go into effect until 2027. If you ever have interest in participating in the coding process, it's fairly open to most. You can either be part of an organized group where they do solicit individual recommendations, and then they go into an open dialogue opportunity, usually around March of each year, battling back and forth which codes need to be added, which codes need to be revised, and which codes are just frankly dumb. So they kind of go through this whole process, and then the strongest survive. And that's our CDT code book for the following year. All right. Well, and a dental hygienist can now take radiographs on site if they feel it's indicated, without having a dentist on site as well. The last interesting one, which I think probably most states really need to be looking at, the bill that is aiming at corporate dentistry to prohibit those who are not licensed, but also those who establish dental reimbursement rates, aka dental insurance companies like Delta Dental, owning a few practices that we know of in certain states. They are no longer allowed to control clinical decisions. Additionally, it also addressed that the new requirement for the board to affiliate with all testing organizations that administer licensure examinations, instead of only affiliating with the American Association of Dental Boards, which is quite interesting, because the American Dental Association just announced a coalition between its board of exam and the ADA exam. So we're looking like we're getting really close to some type of national licensure. In a new agreement between the ADA and the American Board of Dental Examiners, the ADA's dental licensure objective structural clinical examination and the ADEX dental examination are forming an alliance which would simplify licensure pathways and portability. And with that, that's the news.
Who is going to ever hire another dental hygienist under those rules?
When I say Kentucky, hold my beer, like I'm not kidding. They said, screw it. We're totally rewriting the organizational chart. And they did it. Now, it'll be an interesting experiment to see if it works, because they are opening up licensure for dentists without being from a CODA accredited universities. So that's an interesting, that opens the door a lot.
Yeah, so does that opens the door to like foreign dentists as well?
That opens the door for foreign trained.
Yeah.
And then you've got they kind of move the needle on the dental hygienist to move them almost into an EFTA or a dental therapist role by being able to take final impressions. And then they move the dental assistants up to a hygiene role. So they kind of just said, you know what? Everybody's moving up and we're opening portability for all. It's an interesting take. And they definitely decided not to wait for data on any specific one of them to make all the changes. So
methinks the dental hygienists are not going to be really happy.
They're going to be so pissed.
Because, wow, I could take a final impression now that everything's digital.
That whole thing pissed everybody off. It pissed the dentist off. It pissed the dental hygienist off. And in fairness to Kentucky, good job. Like, why pick a group? Piss them all off.
Piss everyone off. That's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring our guest on, because I'm excited. Wait. We got our red, white, and blue going. Let's do it, Chad.
All right. So I'm going to start tonight off by going back a little lesson on history. And, back in the day, there was a president that said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And of course, that was John F. Kennedy. And it was probably one of the most powerful quotes in American history. But I don't know if when he came up with that quote that he was thinking that somebody who graduated from dental school in 2018, became a dentist, practicing dentist, from a line of dentistry in their family, father's a dentist, mother's a hygienist, would begin to compete in curling and pursue that to the level that for her country, she could go compete in the Olympic Games. As I read this, I'm looking back, is it twice or was it just in Milan this year? Twice in the Olympic Games. And throughout this whole journey, her last Olympic competition was in Milan just a couple months ago. And throughout all of this, she's also a pretty fantastic mom. And a new mom to a 1.5-year-old that, by the way, I'm just going to throw out there, I didn't get to meet tonight. So I'm a little upset about that. We'll talk about that later. However, I would like everybody to meet our guest, Tara Peterson, DDS, Olympic curler from what part of Minnesota? Shoreview? Is that where you're at?
Yep.
Shoreview, Minnesota. So I'd imagine she's got a view of a shore.
Yeah. Actually, I don't, but there is a big lake, I guess.
Well, welcome. And hey, we've got a lot of American pride in this group, and I can't begin to tell you how honored we are that you accepted our invitation to be on the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, you might hear a crying baby in the background. My husband's trying and failing to put the baby down. So sorry about the crying.
That's what we do as men.
I feel his pain as well. I feel his pain as well.
Yeah, but that's okay. He'll fall asleep eventually.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, you guys. This is exciting.
Honored to have you.
Can I start with the first question?
Yes, Jeff. Well, you are the oldest after all.
Well, thank you.
Age before beauty.
Age before beauty. Where did curling come into your life? At what point were you, was it something, because honestly, having watched the Olympics my whole life, it's a relatively new phenom, you know, like all of a sudden it seems like it was 3 Olympics ago that it really just kind of boomed. Where did you get the interest? And I mean, like, you're not a kid and say to your buddies, hey, let's go curling. You know, I mean, so when did it happen? And then how do you go from it being a hobby to a passion to I'm going to be an Olympic athlete in this discipline? I want to hear the whole timeline of this.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that is a good question. We get that a lot. I say we because my sister is also on my team.
Right.
But
she's not a dentist.
But she's not a dentist.
She's a pharmacist.
Yeah, they're both kind of
loser. You're right. Not as cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a family sport. Most curlers, at least in the US, have some kind of family ties to Canada. So my mom grew up she didn't grow up there. She lived there for the first part of her life. And then they moved down to the States. And so her dad was a big curler. The other big part of it is I'm from Minnesota. Curling is much bigger in the Midwest. Minnesota, Wisconsin are kind of like the hubs. Although, like you said, every Olympic boom, more and more clubs are popping up all throughout the country. Like if anybody Googles curling club near me, I bet there's one pretty darn close to you. But it wasn't like that. Like
even
you
in
said.
South Carolina?
Yeah. Yeah, I've curled in South Carolina.
Really?
Yes.
This could be your new thing, Jeff.
This could be my new thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid of pickleball.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be afraid of pickleball. But curling can be scary too if you fall on ice. Again, I don't know how much ice exposure you have. But anyway, back to the history, sorry. So my grandpa was a big curler, moved down to the States, lived up on the Iron Range of Minnesota, big curler there, because there's nothing really else to do in the middle of winter, especially when you live in northern Minnesota. And then my sister, my brother, and I all went down to the St. Paul Curling Club in St. Paul, Minnesota. I was 8. And we started it. My parents got us into the junior program at St. Paul Curling Club. It was Saturday mornings, and I hated it. My sister and I both did not like it. And I think the main reason was because we didn't have any friends in it. Like you said, like that's why you get into sports, right? Because your friends are doing it and it's the cool thing to do. We didn't have any friends. And the only thing my parents forced us to go.
Chad went through the same thing.
Yeah. Well, Chad still struggles with that, I think, right?
That's actually very true.
Yes. I'll talk about my figure skating career next, but you carry on, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the only thing that I did like about it was the snacks. So we always joke about that kind of like at soccer, there was a halftime and we'd go and we'd eat snacks. And I was like, all right, I like snacks. So that's what kept me going was the snacks. Mm-hmm.
So carry on.
This is why I like golf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can eat the
Jeff,
whole time.
she didn't say beers. She said
we'll get to that. We'll get to the beers.
Okay, good.
Don't worry. That is a
good.
big part of the game too.
Yeah.
And then, so my sister and I got onto a team with some other junior girls. Now I'm like maybe 12 or something. And we started competing around Minnesota and Wisconsin. And they were super fun little tournaments that you would play in. You'd go overnight, you'd stay in a hotel. And like, that's what kept us going was they were actually really fun. You like the girls that you're playing with, you meet friends. And then fast forward a bit, my first junior nationals, or the first junior nationals that I won, we went to Junior Worlds, and that was in 2009. And so it was a test event for the Vancouver Olympics for 2010. So we were literally in the Olympic stadium that they were going to be in. They treated us like Olympians because it was literally the test event for the volunteers, get all the logistics and everything. We had our own driver because in Vancouver, like where the rink was very far away from the village. So we had all that. And just being in that Olympic village, I wasn't in the Olympic village. I don't know where I stayed. But being in the Olympic stadium and seeing the Olympic rings and being treated like Olympian, that's when I was kind of like, okay, I feel like I could make something happen here if I just stick with this game. So that was kind of my first aha moment. And then again, fast forward, won a few tournaments, blah, 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 and saw myself in the Olympics. Easy as that.
So
It's so easy, guys.
okay,
So easy.
is your husband a dentist?
No, electrical engineer.
Is
A
he a
curler?
curler?
Only because my mother forced him to be.
Okay. So I mean, I'm just curious. I got this vision of like this freaking pool hall, and you're hanging out there, and then all of a sudden you meet this dude, and you're like, hey, let's get married, let's have kids, and then he's like pissed because you go to the Olympics and he doesn't.
Yeah, he's
I
very
don't know.
supportive. Not sure where the pool hall comes into play, but
Yeah.
No, I actually went to a curling club one time, and I was fascinated by it. I don't understand a damn thing about it. I would love to learn, but I am fascinated by it. It's just really, really cool. So
it
uh
is.
so
I'd like to
I'm
see
just
you do
hoping- I
that
was
deep
saying,
squat.
Yeah.
that probably is not going to happen, but I saw her pictures of like
The deep squat.
sliding the what's it called?
The Rock.
The Rock, yeah. I was like, man, that's pretty freaking impressive. That's badass. I want to be one of the guys with the broom.
I just want my wife to see a woman with a broom.
Yeah.
Jeff,
Okay, you just took it next level. Dinks have been censored.
she's gonna beat you with that thing.
So
I thought it. I didn't say it.
yeah.
Oh,
Tell us about
okay.
so when you went to Milan,
Mhm.
how long were you there? When did you arrive, and how did all that go? I mean, what's that all about?
Yeah, so I was gone the entire month of February. We left January 30th with my team. We
Okay.
actually flew to Zurich and we had a training camp in Switzerland at the Swiss Olympic Training Center for like 5 days and to get us acclimated and all that. And then we took a train down to Milan.
Mm-hmm.
And Milan is where actually all of Team USA met up and like we did our Team USA processing, which is basically getting all of our gear.
Cool.
We got so much gear. It's a little bit gross how
That's
much
awesome.
clothes I've got. Yeah, it's fantastic.
So really quick, do you wear Olympic outfits to do dentistry? Because I'd be kind of tempted a little bit. Like, here's some sick pants I got,
So not the actual like Olympic gear I got. I won't do dentistry in that, but FIGS was the sponsor of the medical team, the Team USA medical team. So they got word that my sister and I were in medical, so they gave us the same swag as well. So I do have some FIGS Team USA stuff. So
That's
like
cool.
one of them is a jumpsuit. So I wore that actually to work on Wednesday, and my sister gave one of my assistants hers because she's a pharmacist. She's never gonna wear that. So we wore them together, and we're just rocking around in our Team USA.
I love it.
Yeah. So I do rock it sometimes.
Is there a team dentist? Is there a Team USA dentist?
No. So that is
because you could have had like a double role.
I know, right?
And then had twice the swag.
Right?
Yeah.
And now that she's in the know, she probably could.
Yeah.
I could.
You do pretty well. Yeah.
I could. No, so apparently I didn't realize this. So Team USA, they bring their own medical. So we had a doctor, but more so like chiropractor, PT, massage therapy. I had a massage every day. That was fantastic.
Nice.
Awesome.
I know.
That's amazing.
I know. They treat us pretty good there. But also, so not just Team USA, but there are medical staff for just the other countries because they don't bring all that. Like some of these other countries don't have as much money to supply all that. And one of them is also just a dentist. So there was a dentist there in the village, and I went and talked to him. I was like, "Hey, I'm a dentist. Let's chat." And so he's like, "This is awesome." So we talked a bit. He was just an Italian dentist. I think he was employed by the government. Like I think he was getting paid to be there, but he said they could do fillings. Like he had actually a whole chair set up. He said mostly he would do like night guards. He did like do some anterior composite for somebody who chipped like a tooth or something. And then he said he did pull a tooth, I think, but it was a coach who had an abscess or something. So it's mostly like the foreign countries. But one of the things that I did learn is a lot of Olympians, and maybe it's more, I didn't hear that much, but like, again, from the countries that maybe can't afford dental care, like that's where they get their dentistry
Oh,
done.
wow.
Oh, wow.
That's
That is
awesome.
crazy.
Yeah, like
That's
it's actually the
awesome.
most sought after of all the medicals for everybody else in the Olympic Village. Like the dentists, like they're busy. And I was like, oh,
Interesting.
interesting. I know. Because when I was there, he wasn't busy. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Now,
You're like, really? Are you
did
doing
your
it?
husband and son go with you?
Yes, they
Awesome.
did. They came. So yeah, back to that. We were in Switzerland for a while, went down to Milan, and then actually the curling was in Cortina. So
Okay.
Cortina is a little mountain town. It's 6 hours away from Milan.
Oh,
we took
geez.
So we took a bus to Cortina, and it is like a windy road to get up there because it's literally in the mountains. And it was the most gorgeous town I've ever been in. Like mountains everywhere, just like picturesque.
It looked like it.
It looks fake.
Yeah.
How
that's what I thought when I was looking at it. I'm like, this isn't real.
I didn't know it was 6 hours
NBC,
away.
what
That's
are you
crazy.
doing to me?
Yeah.
Are you faking me out?
Yes, it literally looked fake. It was so pretty. So that was one of my favorite things is waking up every day and looking out the window. And I'm like, that is unreal. People live here. Like, that's cool. Also, I come from Minnesota where we have nothing to look at. So big difference for me.
Very cool.
Yeah. What is
the
question?
What is the history of curling in because really, again, this is not something any of us were really privy to, before 2 Olympics ago. And now everybody loves it, right?
Everybody loves it, yeah.
But where did it start? And I mean, is it a true Canadian sport? I mean, how long has it been around, and when did it really started garnering all this attention?
Yeah, so it was actually started in Scotland on frozen ponds.
Did you know that, JP?
1800s. So another fun fact. So the granite that the rocks are made out of, it's a special granite that you can only get in one spot, and it's an island off the coast of Scotland. It's called Ailsa Craig. And actually that island it's like running out. So now what we're doing for the rocks is just the outer layer is made out of that special granite, and the inner, they're stuffing it with something else. But the reason it needs to be that granite is because when they hit, they won't break. So other granites will break upon impact because they hit so hard. So yes,
what if we make it out of composite.
All right. No. How much is one of these rocks?
I've donated them before. So back to, you said Canada and everything. Canada's has been like the big hub for the last, I'd say 50 years or so. But actually slowly it's maybe becoming less popular because it's more the growing generation or the boomers or whatnot that are doing it. So some curling clubs around Canada are actually closing down. So they're selling rocks. So that's how you can obtain them. But when I've donated them to silent auctions and whatnot, they go for somewhere between like $500 and $1,000.
Wow.
For one. Wow. And we need to play a game, you need 16.
Wow. And they're heavy, I guess.
Yeah, 42 pounds.
Now is this like a Pro V1 of curling?
No, we do not travel with our rocks. So every club has the rocks. So you go on the certain sheet or the lane and you're stuck with those rocks. So that's one of the other.
So can they rig the rocks?
No.
Because I would imagine somebody has to inspect them to make sure that they're weighted properly, because wouldn't that change the whole dynamic of everything?
Yeah. So that's the whole thing is yes, they are standardized, but every rock has its own kind of uniqueness that's part of it in the Olympics per se. We are they're all labeled 1 through 8 and you throw that one, but this one might be slower than this one. This one might curl more than the other.
And so that's part of the strategy is you have to figure out the behavior of each of those.
Yeah. You might get halfway through a game and I've missed every shot. And I'm like, okay, I'm not that bad. This rock sucks. Yeah. So then you kind of, that's literally what we say. We're like, you got to remember.
That's what I say about all my golf
I'm not
clubs.
that bad.
So,
yeah. That's what Chad says about his dentistry.
Well, poor Chad.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get to the nitty gritty of this, because I got to ask, were you there during the alleged cheating incident?
Ooh.
Yeah. You do want to go.
I don't want to talk about anything that we can't, but was that verbiage that we saw, was that AI generated, or were there really some F-bombs being thrown at each other on the Olympic?
F-bombs. That was the worst part. So it was during the men's.
Freaking awesome. I love that shit. I thought there was going to be a fight. I thought it was going to be like WWE.
That's what we love about hockey. Canada, we want fighting in all your sports.
Curling and hockey become like a new sport.
Yeah. So tell us about that. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So
whatever you can. I don't want to get you in trouble. Yeah, okay.
It's fine. Apparently, some of the Canadian men have been doing this for a while, where like as you release the rock, they like drop their hand and poke it, essentially.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I'm not sure what he's yelling at me about. Baby's not happy.
Oh, bring him in. It's good. If you got to take a break, take a break. We're good. I want to hear if anybody punching my
Yeah, put your husband on.
Put my husband on.
Put the husband and baby on. It'll be a whole family affair.
What's his name?
Do they have pinch curlers? Like what happens? Like you blow an ACL while you're doing that?
Yeah, so we do bring an alternate with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Back to the cheating scandal.
Yes. So back to the cheating scandal.
Wait. Are you good with your family? Because we don't want to take away from that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just go check on them. You guys talk real quick about what you think happened in the cheating scandal.
You do your thing.
Let me go find out what's wrong with him.
You do your thing. So, hey, did you all see this video of the
Yeah, I
cheating
did.
scandal?
Yeah. I did.
I mean, dude, there were F-bombs being thrown. And I was actually looking it up because I mean, obviously I gotta have the pretext to it, but so I'll read this while we're waiting on her. A major cheating scandal emerged at the 2026 Winter Olympics involving accusations that the Canadian curlers, including Mark Kennedy, double touched stones, violating rules by touching the granite after releasing the handle. Now, let me tell you something. These Swedish dudes, all of a sudden their English got really, really well because I understood the F-bomb very clearly. and I'm telling you, man, I mean, you watched it and I don't know shit about curling. I really don't. It's cool. I think it's fascinating. I think it's something that I could probably compete in besides like cool runnings. I wanted to be a bobsled guy too. But dude, the finger, it just pushed and released. And I'm like, oh, you cheating son of a bitch. I mean, yeah.
You were angry.
I don't know. Yeah, I was angry.
But
yeah.
no, I saw the same thing. Like I saw like the videos and everything, and you could actually see where they were doing that. They were releasing and then putting a little finger on it.
Yeah. So let's ask this. What Olympic winter sport would you all compete in?
What would I compete in?
Yeah, like if you were a gifted athlete, what would be your sport of choice?
That's assuming I have a totally different skill set, not any current skill set that I have.
Maybe I should say what's your favorite? Because usually your favorite is man, if I was a badass, I'd do X.
90-meter jump.
We're talking winter.
Okay, realistic.
Winter, the 90-meter ski jump.
Oh,
we thought you meant like a long jump or something with your little legs.
Right on. Yeah, I'm good with that.
It's like
all right,
she's gonna do it. He's gonna win the decathlon.
And then it's like, bloop.
Yeah. What do? It shows him smoking a cigarette, going, "I eat these little chocolate donuts."
Yeah.
All right.
If it were so in the winter, actually, because curling, I would probably pursue, or speed skating, because I used to skate a lot as a kid, but they were on roller skates. So I'd have to make a whole transition to blades, but I could see myself doing that. In the Summer Olympics, gosh, what would it be? So many cardio events, and I'm very poor at cardio. So I don't think I'm going to be very good in the Summer Olympics.
All right. Well, while she's getting hooked on, what is the event you would least want to be in? Because I know what mine would be.
Like the 4,000 meter of anything, like the 4,000 swimming, the 4,000 running, whatever it is.
Cross country skiing looks like so much goddamn work. Excuse my French.
I didn't even get to answer. I'm gonna bobsled because I want to see my fat jiggle. You know, that's
those
what
guys
I want
in
to
those
do.
suits are hot.
Yeah.
Very hot. It's a lot to take in.
But there's a lot of shit that I wouldn't do.
Fill it out better than others.
Yeah.
Tara, while you were gone, we were asking each other what Olympic sport we would compete in if we had an actual skill. And Jeff said the 90-meter jump or whatever.
I said the 90-meter jump at first, and they thought I meant.
Jeff might be pushing 5'10" on a good day. And so I was like, you think you can do a long jump? And he's like, skiing. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And really, JB just donated 3 inches to me.
Yeah.
Saying 5'10" on a good day.
Yeah.
On the spud web of dentistry.
So is everything good at home? Are you okay?
Yeah.
He's just not feeling well, and he puked all over my husband. It's fine.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
This is so classic.
That's awesome
classic.
stuff.
I know.
Hey.
It's just fine. So he's like, I've got to put him in the bath. Can you just clean something up really quick? I'm like, sure.
You're fine. If you need to step away, please do. So let's go back to the cheating thing.
Oh yeah, back to the cheating thing. So
lay it all out there.
So apparently some of the guys have been like doing that for a while, where like they drop their hand down and just like boop the rock for whatever reason. Like, I don't think it actually changes the direction, doesn't really do much. It's more like habit, I think. But I didn't even know it was something that people have been doing. So I was unaware of it. But the Swedish team that they were playing them, and they put somebody in the stands to like take a video of it to, you know, bring it forth during the Olympics.
Yeah, that shit went viral.
But the reason it went viral is because of the way Mark Kennedy acted after Oscar said something to him. Like the fact that, like you said, he dropped F-bombs. You accusing me of cheating, and Oscar's like, no, I'm just telling you, don't do that. It's illegal. Because it is in the rule book. You can't touch the stone after the hog line. Like, and you can't touch that part of the stone ever, like, is what it's saying. So it's in the rule book that you can't do it, but just the way they reacted was what was so bad, in my opinion.
Was that a really good dinner conversation that night?
Sure. Well, it's funny because then like the next day, like I said, that was during the men's draw. They're opposite of us. So the next draw we were playing, I got so many questions like in the media zone afterwards. And I was like, I don't know. I don't do it. Doesn't affect me. It's on the men's side. Next question. They're like, come on, give us more. I'm like, I don't have any drama for you. I'm sorry.
Hey, I got a question for you talking about the media zone, because I feel like, and I don't want this to go into politics at all whatsoever, because that's not what this is about. But I found that they were kind of baiting people on political questions a lot.
They just
in the media room.
Yeah.
And I just like, how unfair. Like, you have one thing on your mind and you're there to represent your country and to kind of see unity in your country. And then I just felt like there was a lot of baiting going on it. And it's so unfair to do to a young athlete who may not be media trained, you know, and I don't know. It kind of angered me a little bit. So I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, like we were all prepared for what they could ask you, and like
did they give you good media training? Like,
yes, I've been through some, but also just kind of experience. Now you just basically they ask you a question, you talk about what you want to, and move on. Like, you just talk about what you want to, like you turn it into sports, the kind of thing. But I actually didn't get asked any political questions, which thankfully, because I don't want to answer that. But we kind of had like this is what we would say if you get asked that. But yeah, for us, it didn't really come up.
Cool.
So I have to ask, you were there for a long time, and curling, different from a lot of the other sports, you're playing every day, every other day. It's a like super long journey. And then your co-ed mate who played Corey played first, and then like she's mentally trying to stay. How do you manage being mentally engaged for super long periods of time in these long tournaments? And then decompression with your husband and your son, like traveling around and doing some of that. Was that helpful? Was it hard to kind of bounce between the two and sort of balancing all that?
Yeah, for girl Corey, it was a very, very long time. So like I said, I was gone for an entire month, but you know, my husband came maybe 2 weeks after I had already left. So got to see him, and they stayed like right in Cortina. So we just took the bus down to the Olympic Village, and I could walk to his Airbnb and see him and the baby. So that was easy. But you're right. It's very long, but it's not the only time that we compete for that long of a time.
Okay.
It's like it was lesser than a lot of our world championships. There are 14 teams. And you play a full round robin, and you're playing 2 games a day.
Oh, wow.
So like,
okay.
It's awful. Honestly, it's way too many games. My body can't keep up anymore. But so like you're playing 13 games in like an 8-day chunk. Like it's awful. But it was 1 game a day. Like it was fantastic compared to like the marathons we've done before. But you're right, from like the viewer standpoint, bobsled, for example, they literally, their claim to fame is 12 minutes total for 3 days. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's very different in that sense. Like in our games, they're 3 hours long. So you got to fuel your body accordingly. Like it is a grind. And so because we're so used to that, you're just used to it.
Yeah.
Like it's no different. But yeah, curling is the only sport that literally goes on for the entire time.
Okay. One other last, like, very quick fire question. You have to just go with your gut immediately.
Okay.
Beat Canada or win a medal? Which is more important?
Oh, win a medal. Yeah.
I know, but beating Canada does feel really good.
It does. It always does. Like the Canadians have been like at the top in curling for so long. And like that's where we do all of our competition. So we're always in Canada. We're always not the favorite compared to Canada. So it always feels so good to beat Canada because we're always, the villains.
Right.
In that sense.
Mm-hmm. And they're such polite losers.
Still. Yeah, I know.
Sometimes, except for the boop incidents.
Yeah.
Do you practice dentistry full time?
3 days a week.
3 days a week. Okay. And is your dad still practicing?
No, he retired. I've been practicing for 8 years. He retired maybe like 10 years ago now.
So do you have your own practice? Do you work for somebody? What's your?
Yeah, I work in a private practice. There's 4 docs. So yeah,
I bet they love their fame.
I was gonna say, are they paying you like a little bit extra for?
No, they're just happy I'm back, so they don't have to work as much.
The notoriety you're bringing to the practice.
Yeah, I do have a few patients coming in. They're like, I just want to see the Olympian. The guys are like, okay, we're just chopped liver. They don't care about us, Tara. I'm like, nope, see ya. Get out of here.
So do you, is this something that you do nightly, couple times a week? How often do you practice or compete?
Yeah, so it's the off season now. So not right now. I'm still seeing my physical trainer just because. But during the season, if I'm home that week, we're not away competing. Like my Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days I don't work. I'm for sure on the ice and with my trainer. Maybe I have a sports psych meeting, maybe a meeting with a nutritionist on those days, and then practice all weekend. But then like the weeks we're traveling, I'm, on the ice. So I probably practice 5 days a week.
See, you're way more of an athlete than a lot of pro golfers. Like, no, certainly, listen to her. She's got a nutritionist. She's got a physical therapist. And damn it, John Daly smokes a pack of cigarettes on 18 holes. I mean, I'm thinking this is way more athletic than golf might be.
Yeah.
You just broke Chad's heart.
Oh, but you want to talk about the beers. So the tradition with curling, so I still play in a league Tuesday nights. We play in a league. It's, essentially a beer league, but I've been in that league since middle school. So I've been playing against these guys for 20 years. And the tradition is after a game, you go upstairs and the winner buys the first pitcher.
There you go. There you go.
You would think the loser would have to buy the first pitcher.
I like that.
I love all of this. And all I ask is that at some point in time, the Dinks can have like a backstage pass to a curling event.
Should we go curling in Minnesota?
I
that
think
would be ridiculous.
Could you imagine how funny that shit would be?
That would be great.
3 of us on the ice. I mean, dude, Horowitz. I mean, he cannot touch the stone. JB,
a stone.
JB, Horowitz and I will be your wingmen, and you're the stoner.
Am I?
I'm probably the only one that
you're the sweepers, and she throws the rock. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, that's what I think you said.
Exactly.
But I'm suspecting I'm the only one that can actually get like remotely into a squatting like
the lunge position.
Oh my gosh.
Although actually the picture that I put up today, I was like, yeah, I don't think I could get into that position.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
So, that's fair.
I'm so blown away. It's a very intriguing sport. And I love it. So I think I know the answer to this question, but does it ever feel like a job, or do you still love doing it?
That's a good question.
Which is shocking.
Yeah. No, it depends. So like the year, I guess the season, like a year when I was pregnant, had the baby. My sister also had a baby, was pregnant, that kind of thing. So like that season
She's
was
just a pharmacist, though. I mean,
so easy. Yeah, like whatever.
They're a dime a dozen.
yeah.
But like that season was really difficult because maternity leave, someone's out, new person's in. Like we just had such a bad season. And then like we didn't do well at Worlds, so therefore we didn't get our Olympic spot. So it meant we had to go to another tournament, which we did. We eventually got our spot. Obviously, we're at the Olympics, but like it was just so essentially bad curling. We're not getting the results. So like that season, it's like, yeah, why am I doing this? Like this sucks. Yeah. But then all of a sudden you turn things around, we're back, you win. It's like, oh yeah, that's why I do it. So yes and no. I mean, it's just like dentistry, right? You have your good days and your bad days, and then those patients that you want to strangle, and then the next one that you're like, I love this patient. Like this is why I do what I do.
The team that you play with, obviously you and your sister have been playing together for a long time, but all the other individuals on that team, is that the best of the best and they put you all together to create a team, or do you all play together pretty routinely and so you know each other's nuances and you're sort of not having to figure any of that stuff out when you compete on such a high level?
Yeah, we kind of self-form teams. So my sister and I have been playing together for a while. And then the two others, Taylor and Corey, were actually our competitors 4 years ago. So like when we won the Olympic trials for the 2022 Beijing Olympics, we beat them in the final. So then teammates changed, two girls retired, so we had to get a new team. So we kind of ganged up and formed the super team.
It was a super team.
It's like, hey, we're headed over to Egan. We hear there's a good curler over there. Let's go check her out and see if she's good enough for our team.
So this brings up a great point. Is there any smack talk in curling? Like, is there some smack talk?
Yeah, I'd say more so on the men's side than the women's side. Like if you were to tune into some of the men's,
act like women are so polite.
No, it's not that they're polite. They're more catty, honestly. Like we don't really like this team, so we're not even going to interact with them. Whereas the men, like they'll joke around and they will smack talk.
Now, even at the Olympic level, because I know that's got to happen at the local level, but I'm wondering about at the Olympic level.
Yeah, I'm talking at the Olympics. Like if you would have maybe watched some of Danny Casper, the men's team. He is like notorious for just like talking shit to the guys and to the opponents, but like in a good hearted way. Whereas you don't really see, I think, the women doing.
But is he trying to? Is it like trying to get inside their head kind of thing?
Possibly. Yeah. And it also it makes him feel more comfortable to do that, to like be maybe this person who won the last world championships. This person's really good. So just humanizing them almost.
Right.
Yeah. Nothing was more entertaining than watching people in foreign languages yell at the stone and yell at their team, and you don't know what they're saying, but they repeat it over and over, and it's usually kind of an odd phrase or sound or whatever, and you're like, what in the world are they yelling?
But then every once in a while, like China's yelling, they yell sweep. You're like, well, I know that word. Why are you using that word?
Well, why don't you just speak English then?
Who was the quote unquote stiffest team that you all competed against?
The Canadians. They're always
I would have thought it might have been like a very well disciplined team, like from China or somewhere else, that just was very business oriented and there was no interaction whatsoever.
Well, I think the Canadians have something they have to defend all the time, because typically Canadians are pretty witty people for the most part.
Not in curling, apparently.
But they do. They have something to defend, so it makes sense. It's like hockey; they've already lost that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't go well for them, actually.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
All right. So what's for the future? Will we see you again in 4 years? You think?
I don't know. I haven't made that decision yet. Don't need to. I'm like, I'm just literally, the Olympics was 2 months ago. I'm just coming off that high and seeing what I want to do.
Plus, what a cool place. Like, what a great place to go for the Olympic Games. Like, I don't know that there's any better spot than where you were.
Yeah,
where is it next time?
The next one is the French Alps. So very similar.
Okay. All right. That won't suck.
All right, that will not suck.
Exactly.
But I am such a fan of Italy that, like, I love everything Italy. Like every city I've ever been to, I've just enjoyed. Probably the least of those, Rome, even though there's so much great history, but it's just all these towns just it's just such a welcoming and beautiful place. So I know you enjoyed it.
Well, I know you've got a puking baby, and I know that you want to get back to him because he's way more important.
Yeah, do I?
Let's open this podcast.
No, keep talking, Chad. Keep talking. No one's ever said that to you before.
We just want to
literally no.
Thank you so much for being here, and for your love of our country and the sports of our country, and we appreciate you for dentistry as well too. So thank you very much.
And I'm just saying that whenever Chad is out next time, you are welcome to be an honorary dink because you did such a good job making fun of him. Before the show,
she fit right in
before she even knew you.
Yeah, she fit right in.
Yeah,
that's really the only criteria for co-host. It's a very short application.
I bet she could have answered the bond strength question.
Maybe.
Hey, who got it?
She probably could have.
Who cares about? I just need it to stick. I could not give a rip what its number is.
Yeah, JP's all about business, man. You know that.
It just needs to glue together, and then when they go home and eat the stupid thing,
it either works or it
come back
doesn't.
out again.
And the problem is people like us that overthink it. She's like, it didn't work. Move on. Get the new thing.
Yeah. Kara, do you know the bond strength of an ideal bonding agent? She's gonna know it. I'm gonna feel such an idiot.
The point is there is no ideal bond strength, but everybody has a number in their mind of what
not
it should
700, like I said.
Yeah.
It's like 30. Now you learn
that is Dr.
I believe
Coyce graduate. Yeah. John Coyce is about to.
That's measured in mini-me's.
John Coyce just cried a little bit.
Thinking believe it's 700 mini-me's.
He did cry a little bit. So anyhow.
He gave up on me a long time ago. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I love you, John.
Yeah. Let's let Tara get back to her baby. So
okay. Thank you for being on.
Yes.
Thank you
for having me.
We loved having you. And what a personable human being you are too. So I mean, it's just always fun to have another cool dentist on the show. So
we've now met all 10 of them.
You were a lot of fun and
there are no more cool dentists.
You were a lot of fun and a really, really good sport, and we really thank you.
Thank you for having me. And you guys should Google where's the nearest curling club, because I feel like
we would be good.
Oh, I would love. I had no idea that even existed in South Carolina.
If there's one in Nashville,
we just got public.
There is one in Nashville.
Okay, we're getting our producer to take us to the curling club in Nashville, and he's going to video this.
Perfect.
And by taking us, we will be taking him.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, he has no money, but that's just the
He's
place
your
where
son. Well, I should be paying for the trip.
Yeah.
Well, let me know, and maybe I'll make my way down there too.
Please keep in touch with us, and
hey, we're bringing her down for how many hours are we given at our event?
16.
16, I thought. That's right.
Yeah.
We're having a functional dentistry CE event. It's actually going to be pretty top notch. And so if you want to come down, we'd love to have you down. And it's going to be about 50 dentists or so, but lots of hands-on stuff and really good experience and
nice.
Good seeing. We'd love to have you down, come visit and maybe show us a thing or two about curling. I'll figure out where the local curling.
We were going to do deep sea fishing, but now I think we have to find
out.
Now I'm going curling.
Yeah. Let me know if it works with my schedule. I could probably make it work.
Awesome.
All right,
Tara. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Have
a good night.
Good night, everyone.